Well, our sources tell us the Trump administration is considering expanding its travel ban from the current 19 countries on the list to 30. This is all in the wake of last week's shooting of 2 National Guard soldiers in Washington, D.C. Now, the attack was carried out by an Afghan man who entered the U.S. in September of 2021 and was granted asylum earlier this year. Let's bring in CBS News immigration and political reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Camilo, what do you know about this proposed expansion? How else is the Trump administration using last week's attack to further its crackdown on immigration?
Well, as President Trump continues to escalate that crackdown on immigration that he promised to enact during the 2024 campaign for president, this time targeting legal immigration avenues into the U.S. And just to level set, back in June, the president issued that so-called travel ban that partially or fully restricted immigration and travel, legal immigration, from 19 countries like Afghanistan and Iran in Asia, and also African countries like Somalia and Sudan. It also affected, importantly, several countries here in the Western Hemisphere, including Cuba, Haiti, and Venezuela, and it restricted immigration and travel from those 19 countries on national security grounds. Well, now we are told by U.S. officials, Liz, that the Trump administration is preparing to significantly broaden and expand that list of countries affected by the travel ban, and that it will justify the move based on the shooting of those 2 National Guard members last week, allegedly at the hands of an Afghan man resettled in 2021 under the Biden administration, but granted asylum earlier this year under the second Trump administration. And we are told that that list of affected nationals and countries could grow to roughly 30 individual nations. And so that could be a very significant expansion of this travel ban. We should expect some legal challenges to this expansion list, but it is important to note that the Supreme Court has previously upheld the president's national security-driven immigration restrictions, including the infamous travel ban that he issued during his first time in office.
And Camilo, U.S. reporting on another possible ICE operation in Minnesota. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, a U.S. official tells us that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, is planning to surge resources and also assets to the Twin Cities region in Minnesota to target people they are suspected of being in the country illegally and who have final deportation orders, meaning that they have been fully ordered and adjudicated, their cases have been, and ordered to leave the country forcibly by an immigration judge or another immigration official at the federal level. Of course, this region of the country has a large population of immigrants from Somalia, some of whom we are told have those deportation orders, so they could be at risk of being arrested, detained, and ultimately deported as part of this operation. We also know, of course, that oftentimes the president, when defending his crackdown on immigration, cites Somalia and also immigrants from that region. So it is really important to note that it does appear that this operation will target, at least primarily and mainly, immigrants from Somalia in that region who, again, have final deportation orders.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez, thank you so much. Good to see you.